Our newest services is going to be that compensation plan, conversions, all that we're going to do. So I'm not going to break every single thing down today because it's too much time to do that. You will see the simplicity of it, but I'm not going to do that for your time's sake. I want to be able to respect everyone's time. Is everybody with me so far? And what we're going to do as we continue our schedule, we will tackle a topic every webinar while we complete this transition. And our goal is to be completed, as quickly as our goal is October 1st. Okay? So we're going to talk about a lot of those things today, but you're kind of going to get, let's just call it the sizzle off of most of the steak, but you will get some meat at the same time, okay? So it just gives you guys an opportunity to get some understanding, but we want to make sure that everybody gets complete understanding as we diverge into each webinar and go piece by piece, so everybody can see it, embrace it, and understand it, okay? All right, let's go ahead and let's get started. Now, as we continue our march into the future, the goal for GGN is to create a strong as a vault strategy that can ensure that we can withstand any obstacles or challenges that try to come against us. We are going through a whole bunch of different scenarios with our leadership team, our corporate team, as well as our legal team, in our goal to be 100%, as we like to call it, squeaky clean, okay, in all the areas, and still remain true to the three questions that drive the GGN corporate staff. And the three questions are, number one, is this good for our customers? Number two, is this good for our ambassadors? And number three, is it good for the company? So as we dive into these topics today, I want you to ask yourself those three questions. There has to be a synergy between those three questions as we share with you these new proposals, these new enhancements, and then you'll be able to make an informed decision for yourself over the next couple of weeks how GGN could work for you, okay? And so you're going to see that, but I wanted to make sure that this is how we preface our webinar, that everybody has those three questions in mind. Is it good for the customer? Is it good for our ambassadors? And is it good for the company? Is everybody following along and agree with that philosophy? And we're going to use that as our blueprint model questions. Please go ahead and type a Y for me in the webinar. Okay, so let's talk about some of our beta to pre-launch enhancements. As many of you know, we've started back in February, and we've started our company on Valentine's Day, as a matter of fact, and we've now been in business for a little over 6 months during what's called beta. And our initial proposal or acronym for beta was bugs expected to appear. That's in the beginning, we had programming glitches, we had all kind of stuff as we were trying to create this vehicle. Now beta is better enhancements to appear. And that is what we're focused on, to make this better. We are constantly striving to make GGN a better company, and better for our customers, better for our ambassadors, and better to make us even more profitable. Does everybody see where we're going with this? And our goal now is to go into a pre-launch to then ultimately go into a launch by the 1-year anniversary date, which is February of 2015. So it's time for us to kind of move from the bugs part to the better enhancements. We got most of our tweaks on the let's just call it, programming end. We got most of those things done. So now it's our time to focus on the transition. Okay. So one of the first things we wanted to talk to you all about are the beginning the new program of selling what's called product units. Now, what is a product unit? A product unit, or online product sales packs, are what we will resell for the purchasing ambassador to create a profit. An ambassador may be able to purchase these product units as little as $100 up to $150. $1,000 that they can purchase in product units. So you're physically purchasing product from GGN, and you're asking GGN to sell the merchandise for you, okay? And it will be sold through various avenues. For example, through our auction, through our deals of the week, through our sellers kits, through product sales, events, and so much more. Is everybody following along so far? I want to go slow because I want to make sure that we can get some understanding. All right? So that is what a product unit is. It's basically saying, I, John Doe, would like to purchase product units, and I authorize GGN to pick up these, to choose the merchandise for me, put it into these various avenues like the auction and like the seller's kits and like the deals of the week and stuff like that, and sell it for me. And in exchange, I'd like to share in the profits. Since they're doing the heavy lifting for me and they're doing the work, I will share in the profits with GGN. Everybody following along so far? Okay, excellent. Now, the ambassador will be able to earn a percentage of the profits from anywhere as low as 10% to as high as 40% every single quarter with GGN. Let me give you a quick breakdown on that, okay? So each product unit is $1 a piece, okay? And you will be able to earn your profits every 3 months, again at 6 months, again at 9 months, and again at 12 months. So you're going to get 4 different payouts on your product units, okay? When we shared this with our legal from a compliance perspective, what they said was, number one, as long as GGN sells the product and as long as GGN provides a proof of sale, we're all good, which we are happy to do in both scenarios. We'll be more than happy to sell the merchandise for you, and we'll be more than happy to create a proof of sale for you guys as well. So it's kind of like, I like the concept, I like the model, but I don't have the customer base. I don't have the skills to sell on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. Now, what I'm going to give you is the perfect scenario. Again, I'm giving you a perfect scenario. I'm not giving you what's a guarantee. I'm giving you a perfect scenario because I like to show you the potential with this model. Let's pretend, for conversation's sake, and I'm going to use average numbers. I'm not going to go out there and use extraordinary numbers. I'm going to use average numbers. Is that fair for everybody? I like to use average numbers because I just like to show you what I'm talking about, okay? Anytime that you're in sales, all right, the more money you spend to pick up the merchandise that you potentially want to resell, the higher your potential profit margin would be. But I also understand that everyone doesn't have $150,000 in their portfolio, okay? So I'm going to use one number, and we're going to base our model on $10,000 in product units for this conversation to show you the potential, okay? So let's say today you purchase $10,000 in product units. You purchase $10,000 in product units. And let's say we had a great quarter. We're selling not just for you, of course, we're selling for other ambassadors as well. Through the collective profits that we've generated as a company, we can then determine how much we can share with each ambassador. Does that make sense to everybody so far? Okay? So you purchased $10,000 in product units. After the first 90-day period, you are able to get 40%, the maximum commission that we can pay during that period. You get paid that, so on that payday, $4,000 will be made available to your cash available balance. The next 90 days, you got another 40%. That's another $4,000 that you made in profit from the sales of that merchandise. And then on the third 90 days, you got another 40%. I mean, we're rocking and rolling. We're generating a whole lot of revenue as a company, and you're sharing in those sales with us through these product units. And you got another $4,000 after the third 90 days. On the last 90 days, you get 2 payments. You get your 40% again in this example, once again being the perfect example. You get another 40% again, that's another $4,000, plus you get back the $10,000 that you initially spent in product units. Now, for some people, you might say to yourself, well, wait a minute, I'm getting the $10,000 back too? And the answer is yes. Let me explain why. If you were selling the merchandise yourself, wouldn't you get back, wouldn't your goal be to get back what you originally spent plus profit? So in this example, you would have earned $16,000 in profit from the $10,000 you made in purchases. So you would have totaled $26,000, but your 10 is your initial purchase, and the 16,000 is your profit. Does everybody see that so far? Okay, so it's fair. Now, some people may wonder, why do I have to wait an entire year? And I want to kind of put this all in perspective so that it's fair for everyone to think this through. Okay, remember our 3 questions. Is it good for the customer? Is it good for the ambassador? And is it profitable for the company? Remember, those are our 3 focal point questions. Number 1, I want you to pretend for a moment we have 10,000 affiliates that bought product units in the month of September, okay, for whatever amount. It is our responsibility now to buy the merchandise, put it up on our auction and through our other different avenues, and market this to both the affiliates and outside customers for GGN and for that ambassador. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? Now, we're doing that for you. Now, you have an opportunity to give us time to sell it for you. We need time to sell. We may not have been able to sell your full 10,000 in 90 days because we're not just selling for you, we're selling for you and a whole bunch of other people at the same time. So what we're doing is we're positioning ourselves to make sure that we can be fair to everyone, and that means we literally have up to 1 year to sell all of your merchandise. Okay? Now that's on the product units, and that's if you want us to sell it for you. Now, you may have the network. You may have the skills to sell online. You may have a great eBay shopping skills. You may be a power seller with Amazon, whatever it is. And I might be using the wrong term because that's not me, okay? But you get my point. You could be a power seller on the internet. You may have the network. You may have the store. You may have all of that. So you can, when we launch our Genesis Shopping Network, when we launch that, you will be able to purchase the merchandise from us at wholesale or below. And then you can resell your merchandise for your own profit and maybe make your money even faster. So in that case, you're not getting product units because you say, send it to me. See, in the product unit scenario, you're saying, sell it for me. But in the shopping network scenario, you're saying, send it to me. I will sell it because I have the network to do it. I have the skills to do it myself. And you may be able to make way more profits by yourself in a faster time frame when you do it for yourself. Okay? So this gives you an opportunity to do so. So now you have the choice where you could say, send it for me or sell it for me. That is the scenario. And that will give you the opportunity to do that. Now, we're not, if you say, send it to me, then that means we will send you the merchandise that you pick. You will have the authority to pick your merchandise. You'll have, you go and shop basically through the catalog, pick what you want, and then we send it to you, and you are responsible for what you do with your items from that point forward. It is our responsibility to purchase and send the merchandise to you. If you say sell it for us, then we go ahead and pick the merchandise, put it up on our auctions, stuff that we believe that will sell and drive more traffic and get more excitement, like what we're doing right now. Or if you want, we can put it up on our deals of the week. We can put it in our sellers kits. We can put it on our auction. We can put it in our shopping network. We can go out there and advertise to outside customers. We can become suppliers for small businesses. All of these factors play in. This is just a quick overview. We will dive deeper into this topic, but I just want to make sure that you all understand how that works. Okay? So we wanted to give an option to the person who doesn't have the sales skills or the network. That's where the product units come in, and we share it with you, okay? Because we're doing pretty much all the heavy lifting for you. And in the other option, the person that says, hey, I like this option, I'll buy it myself, sell it myself, and I can determine my own profits. You might be able to buy $10,000 worth of merchandise with us and make $25,000 in 90 days. Who knows? I mean, we want you to be able to control your profits, but for the person who says, hey, I don't have the profits, but I like this opportunity to generate some profits from sales, then it's there. So you see, in this example, you're generating profits from sales in either category, whether we are selling it for you or you are selling it yourself. Does everybody see how that works so far? Okay? So that gives you the opportunity to do it. So you can choose the option that works best for you. I just wanted to give you a quick understanding of how the product units will work. Okay, how many of you like that concept so far? Now I can assure you that most people in the world fall in the option 1 category. They don't have the network, so they would prefer to make the profits there. Okay, and the individuals who do have the networks can see even more potential profits and even higher profit margins for themselves over the course of that same year. So it really gives either person, based on their experience or comfort level, which way they would like to go. And most importantly, compliance. Because now it's actually on the sale of merchandise, physical products. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk about conversions. All right. So what we're going to do is we shift and we start to now come out of this transition and start working our way towards our new compensation plan. We're going to be converting your existing BU balances into product units. For those of you that decide that, hey, I'd like to continue with this model, I like the direction that Genesis is going, and we're going to do something special with you, okay? So this is how it would work. Now, any BUs that you've purchased out of your pocket, okay, meaning you bought it from your wallet, okay? So you bought it from your wallet. Any of that will be converted 1-for-1 into product units, okay? Also, any BUs that you repurchase from your 30% cash, or what if you also purchased from your matrix commissions, or what if you also purchased from your override commissions on BU sales, all those will also be converted into PUs at 1-for-1, okay? So let me give you an example, and I'm going to explain all this in 2 seconds, but let me just give you one more piece. And then all BUs from the 70%, meaning what was automatically repurchased, will then be converted into Genesis coins, okay? Genesis coins. So let me give an example, especially to some of our existing affiliates who've been with us for a little while and may have been able to build a BU balance up to this point, okay? So here's what we've done. Let's pretend, for conversation's sake, you had 100,000 business units, okay? So this is just giving you an idea to put all things in perspective. Let's say you had 100,000 business units. You purchased $10,000 in business units out of your pocket. You repurchased in 30%, another 30,000 in your 30% repurchases, okay, in cash. That also went towards there, so now you're up to 40,000. And let's just say in your regular commissions, matrix, and all that stuff, because you were just trying to build your BU to get to where we're going, okay? Now you would be at 50,000 BUs. That's what would have come out of pocket, if you will. So that 50,000 would now be converted into 50,000 product units. Okay? So now that 50,000 would have become 50,000 product units. The remaining 50,000 that was in the 70% that was just being repurchased over and over again internally, that remaining 50,000 would be then converted into 50,000 Genesis coins. Now, these are just examples. It's not going to be exactly like this. I'm just giving examples to kind of show you guys how we're doing this transition. See, whatever you spent out of your pocket or what you spent from cash, we believe it's absolutely fair to make sure that you are at the same price point at which you purchased it. So if you purchased out of your pocket or from your profits, meaning the 30% profits in cash or your matrix or whatever, it should be converted 1 to 1, okay? The 70% you never really had access to in the first place because it was a 70-30 conversion. So what we decided to do was we didn't want to just take that away. We wanted to give it to something that you could still be able to get some value out of it. So we turned the 50,000 into 50,000 Genesis coins in this example. So now what you couldn't touch, we turned into coins, and what you could have touched, we turned into PUs. And we believe that that was the fairest scenario across the board, okay? So PUs are $1 a piece. And remember what we just said, okay? We just talked about in the PUs how your PUs can earn up to 40% every, 90 days for a period of 1 year. So let's just say for conversation's sake, when you went through this conversion, okay, and what was now converted over into PUs was 10,000, okay, and another whatever you had left into Genesis coins, that means that now those PUs will start earning those rewards for the next 90 days. Now, what we are excited about to let you all know is that we've come to a decision because we wanted to make sure that people could start to enjoy their holidays, all right? So come September 15th, this conversion will be complete by September 15th, which is next Monday, not this coming Monday, sorry, the following Monday. So by then, we want your first 90 days to be done before the holidays. So if we just look at a specific example, let's just say October 15th, November 15th, December 15th. That now makes approximately 90 days that was there. And that means we want to do a special payment on the first PU purchases, including the ones you've purchased now, obviously. But our first PU purchases come December 20th. So come December 20th, everybody gets paid right before the Christmas holiday. If you don't celebrate the holidays for whatever reason, you can celebrate your first payday. Okay? So that's what we're looking to do for all of you. So the first clock, if you will, or the first beginning of that will start on September 15th. Okay? So I just wanted to make sure that that part was understood. I think that's going to be very nice. And for many of you that decide to continue with us, it's going to be a very nice holiday season or a great way to end and start off the new year as we're going towards our actual launch. Now, the 70%, that is the internal GRP. Again, that was the stuff you couldn't touch in the first place. The 70%, we're going to convert that into Genesis coins. Now, the rate for that, okay, it'll be 1 for 1, but the value is different. So let me give you an example. Same example we said here. You have 50,000 BUs that now just became 50,000 Genesis coins, okay? So in the 50,000 BUs that became 50,000 Genesis coins, they will now be worth 10 cents a coin that you'll be able to redeem for both cash and for product. So let me give you an example. In this one, you had 50,000 BUs, that was the internal BUs, that became Genesis coins, okay? Now, those 50,000 can be redeemed for another $5,000 in cash in this example, because 50,000 at 10 cents per coin will give you $5,000 in cash. Another thing you could turn around and say, hey, maybe I'm going to get $5,000 worth of merchandise that I could A, resell myself and maybe make even more money, or B, I could, do something else with, maybe, get some Christmas gifts or whatever you want to do. So these things will be there as well, and that will absolutely get everybody in that particular mode, okay? So this is really exciting for that, because it gives you guys, again, an opportunity to not lose your efforts. We still want to be able to reward your efforts, but as we do this conversion, we wanted to make sure that you guys still had something for that, and at the same time, make sure that you were made whole, meaning that you didn't buy a BU for $1 and now it's worth 10 cents. We would never do something like that. It's not fair. You bought externally this amount. We want to make sure that that is transitioned over dollar for dollar. And then whatever was an internal reward, we decided to make that at 10 cents in value, so that at least it's something that you could still redeem, whether it be for products or whether it be for cash. Now, I know a lot was said there, and I don't expect everyone to get it all right away. We're going to have a webinar that is going to be specifically for that, so that you can understand this. We'll give you a bunch of different examples, and this will give you guys opportunities just in case you didn't get it all. But the number one thing is we wanted to keep true to our three components. Was this fair for our customers? I believe it was. Is it fair for our ambassadors? I do believe it is. And is it profitable for the company? All three at the same time. So this really gives everyone a opportunity to now assess, or start to assess, the transition for GGN. Okay? Everybody with me so far? If you're following along so far and doing okay? Is there? If you could hold your questions, we will attack them. Remember, you can always submit your questions to questions@genesisglobal.bz. Every time we do our update calls once a week, you'll be able to do that. But there was a question there, and let me answer it because it was not on there. Will the PU expire? That is a great question, and the answer is yes, after 1 year. After the full year. So in other words, the PU you purchase in September will expire in September of 2015. Because at that point, it would have gotten all of the payouts, the 4 different payouts, plus you would have got it back. Everybody get that? That's when it expires. When we return your purchase price, that's when it expires. Okay. So it doesn't expire before then. All right. Now, let's go ahead. Oh, and one more thing. Let me just kind of put this out there. Product units, and this is extremely important, okay? Product units can be purchased daily, but will be paid monthly, okay? What I mean by that is that all the PUs you've purchased in September will be on the same 90-day calendar, if you will, okay? You'll get paid on that day, but my point is that it'll be on the same 90-day calendar. So the PUs you purchased in October are separate from the PUs you purchased in September. The PUs you purchased in November are separate from the ones you purchased in October. Does that kind of make sense to everybody? So this, you're not you're not going on in addition to. So if you bought 100 PUs in September and you bought 100 PUs in October, the 100 has its own expiration date in September, and the other 100 has its own expiration date in October. Each one of them are date and time stamped, okay? So we just wanted to make sure that you all understood that. Okay. And again, we will dive into this topic deeper next week. All right. Let's talk about some of your new daily tasks, okay? Your new daily tasks, okay? All right. Now, the first thing we're going to be doing in this transition is you're going to be viewing 50 ads per day, okay? So you're going to now view 50 ads per day. You're also going to be promoting one free ad per day for our auction site, okay? One free ad per day promoting our auction, our $1 million auction play to save, okay? So you'll be posting one ad a day for that. You'll also be posting one free ad per day for our Genesis Mall. Now, this is new, so let me take 2 seconds and give you an idea of what the Genesis Mall is. The Genesis Mall is a search engine shopping software that's going to allow you anywhere in the world to be able to log in through our shopping software first and then choose the item that you want to buy. Let's say you are in the market for a DVD player, or you were in the market for an Xbox One, right? Let's just say that's what you wanted to buy, okay? So you type in Xbox One. First you log in through our shopping mall. Then you type in Xbox One, and all these different vendors that are in our shopping mall network will come up for you, okay? And then you put your mouse over, let's just say, the first vendor. And the first vendor says, you can get this Xbox for this amount, and you can get cash back on this purchase if you buy it from us here. So let me give you an example. Let's just say the Xbox retail value is $500, and it says you can get a 3% cash back, okay? You can get 3% cash back on that from that mall. Just right there. You take over your mouse and you choose another vendor. And this vendor happens to be Walmart. And Walmart says, hey, you can buy the same Xbox from us, but if you buy it from us, it's this price, and you get 10% cash back. Everybody with me so far? So you get to browse and see all the different vendors in our shopping mall, and it will tell you what your cash back on your purchase will be if you buy it from that particular vendor. And you can join our mall for free. It doesn't cost the customer anything to join. They will have an opportunity, if they want to become a premium member for a one-time annual fee and get an additional up to 4% more cash back for being a premium member. But they can absolutely do it for free. And this is worldwide. That means my wonderful ambassadors in Russia, when you go and you use our software, you will find Russian vendors to supply you. My wonderful ambassadors in Hungary, when you want to do it, you'll find Hungary vendors to support you. When you want to do it in any country, practically, we're almost in every country now, but as we're growing, we will bring on more and more countries, and we'll be able to provide this service worldwide. This is huge, guys. This is one of the things I'm extremely excited about and part of our new enhancements for GGN, because this is now something we can do around the world, and there's no shipping, if you will. There's no customs, if you will. You're not buying a particular product from us that we have to ship to you. This is now something you can do. And yes, it's in the Caribbean as well. Yes. We're growing our network. We have hundreds of millions of vendors. So this is going to give you all an opportunity to promote that. You will get your own, and you will be able to promote that. And so you'll be posting one ad a day promoting our Genesis Mall. Okay? Now, you will also have one free, you will have to enroll one free pay it forward small business per month. One free small business. You just connect with that business owner, get their website, let them know that you're just going to help them drive some free traffic to their site, and that's it. You put it into our pay it forward part of our program, and you just got to do that once a month. Okay? You also have to enroll one free Genesis Mall customer per month. Once again, it's free. All right? Now, let me show you something, and this is something that I was just sharing with my support team a little bit earlier. The customers do not have to be separate. Let me give you a quick example of what I mean. Let's say, for example, Steve is a small business owner around the corner from me. He owns his own dry cleaners, and he's got his own dry cleaning website. Steve could be not only my one free pay it forward small business customer, but Steve could also be my one free Genesis Mall customer at the same time. So it doesn't have to be two separate individuals. It's just that you have to enroll one person in each category. You enroll the business, and then you enroll one in the Genesis Mall as well. I forgot to put it up here. It's my fault. You also would need one customer for our auction, which, by the way, is also free. Okay, so one customer for our auction, which is also free. Okay, they'll get some free bids to go and try to play in the auction, and your goal is just to get them to the auction. You sign them up for free, show them the amazing items that we're going to have on our auction. They get some free bids to check it out, and while they're bidding on those free items, they'll come and see some of the nice paid items over there as well. And who knows, they might turn around and want to become part of our shopping experience. And if you do that, not only will you get credit on that sale, but it also helps you to create a long-time customer and potential, paying customer for you for months and months and years to come. Everybody following along so far? Just wanted to make sure. Don't want to go too fast. Okay. All right. Then we also want to let you know, and you'll be learning about this next week, but we also want to let you know that you're going to have some free bids that's going to be added to your ambassador packages. We're going to readjust how we do our ambassador packages, and you're going to have free bids that can be used in the paid bid auction. So we're not giving you free bids just to make it free bids. We're actually giving you bids inside of your ambassador package that you will be able to use on the paid items inside of our auction. And next week when we tackle that, you guys will see that and see the amount of bids that you will get. And I think you're all going to absolutely love that as well. So the bids will come in there. You're going to get some bids. You're an ambassador. You're going to be able to use your bids over there and start playing in the auction with that as well. Okay, so every one of our paid ambassadors will have bids to go use in the auction every month, and if you choose to, you can buy more, more stuff. Okay, and last but not least, you will create what we call a PV requirement. You can sell or purchase your PV requirement. Now, at the Pearl level, you're required to do 10 PV. By the way, 10 PV is exactly $10. Okay. So you don't have to buy it yourself. You can, for example, you may know someone who buys a $10 bid pack, or you could buy it yourself. Maybe you want the $10 bid pack for yourself to be able to go over there and participate in the network. Okay. So these things, in the auction. So you can go ahead and have that to be able to do that. Now, why is this in place? Why is this in place? Part of being able to reward our affiliates from a legal and compliant perspective was that they have to perform reasonable tasks and They don't have to go out there and, just do things that don't generate an income. So we want it to be fair across the board and keep it simple, because the amount of things that you're going to be able to do will be, rewards that you'll be able to get from the company will be based on your rank. So Pearl will have a rank, Ruby will have a rank, Sapphire will have a rank, and all these will be able to give you guys additional income. Now, before you judge this, let me explain and give you an example, because we're just showing you, technically speaking, you're viewing 50 ads per day. So 50 ads a day, 6 minutes of work. Post one free ad a day for the auction site might take you about 1 minute to 2 minutes based on how fast you are in copying and pasting. And it might take you another minute or 2 minutes to post your one ad about the mall. So we're talking about approximately 8 to 10 minutes a day is your tasks for the day. Now, please keep in mind, okay, you're in business for yourself. And I know this from the U.S. standard. If you want to get business tax advantages, by law, you have to work your business a minimum of 30 to 45 minutes a day, 4 to 5 days a week, in order, as one of the things, in order to be considered a legitimate part-time business. Okay? Now, when you look at that and you're in business for yourself, 10 minutes a day of small work that you can do yourself that has nothing to do with anyone else, okay? You can do that on your own. That's just 10 minutes a day maximum from the comfort of your home. Now, when we're ready, we will have the ads for you. We'll give you suggested places on where you can post your ads, all these things. But you can even post them, for example, on your social network. You can post it, in your a free classified. It doesn't cost you anything to do stuff like that. And we'll give you lists and stuff like that to allow you to do that. And it's the same schedule like we've been doing all along, 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday, okay? Now, the one customer per month, that's just per month. That's not per day. The one free pay it forward small business is once per month, not per day, okay? So it gives you the opportunity to have plenty of time to find one small business that you probably already patronized. Most of you in this room, in this webinar, you patronize more than 12 businesses right now for you and your family. You do that all the time. It may be your local grocery store, maybe your local dry cleaners, maybe a restaurant that you like to patronize. Most of these businesses today have an online presence. It costs them nothing. It costs you nothing to get a free site. It really doesn't. It's actually pretty simple. Hey, we want to help advertise. Really enjoyed the meal here. We have an advertising network. We just want to help you advertise and get some more traffic to your business, because they need to come and try your amazing chicken wings, or they need to come and get this exceptional dry cleaning service. And it's free. It doesn't cost them anything. So it gives you an opportunity to do something very simple and to let people have some fun and get some free traffic to their business, okay? So the PV requirements based on what we have here will be explained in just a moment, so you can understand how we're going to do this for you. Now, when you do this, you're going to get 100 Genesis coins per day. That's 6 days per week. If you complete all your tasks for the month, you're going to get an additional 100 Genesis coins bonus on the 15th of the following month. So if you completed all your tasks, you would receive 100 coins per rewards day times 26 days would give you 2,600 Genesis coins for a month. Let me give you an example of what I mean. In a typical calendar month, you have 30 days, right? And in a typical calendar month, you have 4 Sundays. Since Sundays are the days that we're not doing our rewards for that day, that's that 1 day of rest, right? Then you still have 2 more days because 7 times 4 is 28. So you still have 2 more calendar days. So if you were to redeem 2,600 Genesis coins at 10 cents a coin, you would be taking home an additional $260 a month. And starting your second month, because we give you an extra 100 Genesis coins each month for completing your task, you're now taking home, in this case, a maximum of $270 per month from home. Now, I want you to think about the single mom for a moment. I want you to think about the retired individual for a moment. I want you to think about the person who doesn't have any sales skills, who doesn't have building skills, and they're performing these simple tasks, and they could take home an extra $250 and change per month for applying these simple tasks and getting these coins every single day. How many of you would agree with me that could help a lot of average people around the world for getting a simple income like that, for doing those simple tasks that we just mentioned? Now, when you start helping average people take home an extra couple $100 a month for performing some simple tasks, average people start talking to average people. Hey, I'm in this great program. We're having some fun. We're doing some amazing stuff. We got some great products, great services, and I'm getting paid to help advertise these small businesses, advertise our network, advertise our auction, and you could too. And you didn't have to sponsor someone to get this. You're getting paid based on your performance. So this is why we increase the task, because we're paying you more. So the average person who's taking home, for example, if they spend $12 to become a Pearl, and let's just say they decided to join Commingle, our social network, for $10 a month, now they meet the PV requirement. They do all the business stuff that we talked about. They're viewing their ads. They're getting a customer here. They're getting a customer there for free. No out of pocket. So it's a whole lot of simple stuff. And now they're taking home $250 after they paid their $10 a month, after they've gotten their service for the month. They're getting this money. That changes everything. That creates a whole new world. And what that does is it takes them off the fence for your existing Topaz ambassadors. I believe it'll take them off the fence and make them paid subscribers. I want you to think about that. Now that's going to blow people away. It's going to blow people away. Because they're going to be like, wow, I could take home this additional income. How would you like to make a couple extra $100 a month for doing some simple things from the comfort of your home? Like viewing some ads, like posting some free ads, and empowering one person a month. Okay? And your GCs never expire. Now, when you're redeeming your coins as a Pearl, you'll be able to take home up to $1,000 per month or $500 maximum each pay period. As a Ruby, you can redeem your coins up to $2,500 per month or $1,250 each redemption period. As a Sapphire, you can redeem up to $7,500 per month or $3,750 from each redemption period. And if you're an Emerald, you'll be able to redeem up to $20,000 per month or $10,000 maximum each redemption period. And by the way, that's just on this part. That's just redeeming your coins. That's what we're talking about right here. And what we're going to be doing for all of you is we're going to be working on creative ways to help you to grow your Genesis Coins balance through contests, giveaways, through promotions, through like this promotion we have right now, 5 to 1. That's going to be extended through the 15th of September and more to come. Now, think about that, okay? That puts everything out there. It now gives everyone an opportunity, average people, to be able to go and redeem their coins for dollars, okay? Now, what about when you start building your team? The Pearl, we gave you a raise to 7%. So if you're a Pearl, you sponsored me, and I completed my tasks, I got my 100 Genesis coins, you get an override of 7 Genesis coins because 7% of 100 is 7. So now that's an additional 7 coins for you. As a Ruby, you would get 7% override on Genesis coins. So in this case, that'd be 7 coins on level 1 and 3 coins on level 2. As a Sapphire, you're getting 8% on level 1 and 5% on level 2. So 8 coins for every person you personally sponsor that completes their task, and 5 coins on level 2. As an Emerald, you get 10% on level 1, 5% on level 2, and 5% on level 3. Now, this is just on people completing their tasks. We didn't include the contests, giveaways, the promotions, the coins that will come from sales and customers and everything out there. We didn't talk about any of that other stuff. We're just talking about just on the overrides of the people you personally sponsor. Now, so as they're doing this, you're earning these coins every day. So let me just give you a quick example. Let's say you were an Emerald and you sponsored 10 people. That means that every day, when those 10 people complete their task, you're getting 10 coins per day times 10 people. That's 100 coins extra a day on level 1. Imagine if those 10 people shared it with just 2 people apiece. Those 2 people apiece times 10, that's 20. 20 people doing their task. You're picking up 5 coins per day times that person, that 20 amount of people. That's another 100 coins a day. Let's say those 20 people went out there and told 2, because 2 is the average for the industry. So 2, those 20 shared it with 2, that's 40 people on level 3, 40 people all performing their task. You're picking up 5 coins again times 40, that's another 200 coins again per day. It's growing every day. So you'll have different ways to grow your coins. And we'll have other little tasks like, hey, watch this 3-minute video and get some coins. Watch this and do this. Hey, go play in the auction and do this. Buy some bids and do this. Sell some this and do this. And all of a sudden, you have all these different avenues that are generating coins for you. And through these coins, you'll be able to grow your business, grow your overrides, and grow your awards. And this is just one. We're not talking about matrix commissions. We're not even talking about product units. We're just talking about just the daily tasks. Okay? All right. Same thing. Now, you're going to get cash earnings on product units. Okay? This is just a quick override, like I told you. It's a lot. We're going to dive on each topic individually, but I just wanted to give you the quick overview. Okay? I know it's at the top of the hour. I hope you guys can give me a few extra minutes. I just want to touch on these before we get off our webinar. Okay? So, you buy product units. Okay? I'm sorry. You sponsor me, and I buy product units. Okay? As a Pearl, you get a 7% commission. So I bought $1,000 in product units. You just picked up a $70 commission, which, by the way, shows up right in your cash available. Ruby, you sponsor me again, 7%. I bought $1,000 in product units. you get a 7% commission on level 1, 3% commission on level 2. Sapphire, you get 8%, or in this example, if it was 1,000, it's $80, 5% or $50 on level 2. And Emerald, getting 10% on the first level, 5% on the second level, 5% on the third level. Okay? And it's paid in cash. So if someone bought $10,000 in product units and you were an Emerald, you got a $1,000 override. If you were the Emerald above that Emerald, you got $500 override. If you were the Emerald above that Emerald, you got another $500 override. It's really, really a powerful and lucrative way for you guys to get some income. Okay? It's really simple. We're just showing you now these are your commissions that you get overrides on these product units. Now, let's talk about this part. And I wanted to dive on this because it's important. Okay? Now, I know for a fact that everyone won't see this, and I get that. But we believe, as a matter of fact, and your leadership believes the same, that we have met all three objectives. Number one, being fair to our customer base. Number two, being fair to our ambassadors. And number three, making it profitable for both the ambassadors and the company at the same time. Okay? And we know that a lot of people may not understand everything right away, which is why we want to, for the next 2 weeks, while we're going through this transition, we're going to give a couple options. Options if you stay, options if you want to leave. And that's to be fair across the board. You've heard me say time and time again, no one will lose a dime here, and we're not going to do that to anyone. We made these changes to be more legal, to be more compliant, and to be around for the long haul, to be around for years and years and years to come. And we believe that the changes we made in agreement with your leadership, they all said the same thing. Wow, imagine being able to help the average person take home a couple $100 extra a month for completing some simple tasks. This right here could really help explode your business, and this right here can get a lot of people involved in your business as well. And what that does is it takes them off the fence and into the game. And now they have the opportunity to take home some additional income, which now makes them a paid subscriber, which now builds your residual income, which remember you get anywhere from 25 cents to $2 on every person in your matrix per month. Now, I think that some people are misunderstanding, and let me just touch one question. We never said you had to recruit a new person every month. Never said this. We said you have to enroll a customer, a free customer. Talk to your cousin. Your cousin can be your free customer for the mall, just like your cousin can also be their free customer for the penny auction this month. It doesn't have to be two different individuals. It's two different things. One, they may like the mall because the mall allows them to shop and save some money on items they're already going to buy anyway. Second, they may want to participate in the auction and try to win some items for pennies on the dollar, or ultimately save money and get it at below retail. So another way for them to save money. And you're showing them how they can do that for free. But when you start helping average people take home an income for manageable things that they can already do with not a whole lot of skills required. They will naturally use the most powerful form of advertising, and that's word of mouth. And they will say, hey, I'm a part of this great business called GGN, and we're getting paid to do simple things. It's not complicated. Let me show you. And when you look at it from any business, no matter what type of business you're in, whether it be brick and mortar, whether it be online, or whether it be offline, here's the bottom line. There is one common denominator, and that's called customers. It is the bloodline for every business. It is the bloodline for every business. You cannot be in business without customers. And so by having you promote for free how to get customers online by posting an ad, it is creating more traffic to our site, more eyeballs, and the more eyeballs turns into more potential customers. That's why when you walk into certain grocery stores, you have people that stand by a certain section and they give away free samples of this particular product, of this particular food. And they say, try it. And you got some people that walk right on by and ignore the sample. You have some people that walk on by and try the sample but don't buy. And then you got some people that walk on by, try the sample, like it, and then buy it. And that makes it incredible. And by the way, it gives you an opportunity to get paid for that. That's it. That's what being in business for yourself simply means. Now, because this is new for all of you, this is why we wanted to turn around and give you a quick overview so that we can explain to you where we're going, but then take time out to explain each segment over the next few weeks as we complete this transition. That's it. But you can please some and you can't please all. That's how it works. Now, if you don't like the direction, you will have an opportunity to get a full refund for all of your VUs purchased out of your pocket, meaning whatever you purchase from your wallet, okay? And of course, minus whatever you've withdrawn, all right? So if you purchased $1,000 in VUs, but you've also gotten paid $500 in commissions, well, then we only owe you $500 left to make you whole, okay? It's just that simple. And we will do that for you. Now, we want you to be able, if you're interested in that, that's what you'd like to do, you can send us an email. The email will be set up later on today, okay? It's going to be called refunds@genesisglobal.bz. It'll be set up later on today, probably in the next hour, okay? So by 2 o'clock, it'll be ready. Refunds@genesisglobal.bz. And we have to have it in writing by September 30th so we can evaluate, look at your account, see how much we owe you in a refund, and we're going to pay the first batch of refunds on October 15th. Now, why are we doing it this way? Very simple. One, we want to assess where we are as a company. Two, we want to make sure that we want to make sure we give ample time to everyone to digest the information so that they can hear it, because I don't think you should make your decision just on today. I think you should hear the rest of the webinars first and listen to the breakdown and simplicity of each part and then make a decision. Or if you've already made your decision, it's okay. You can be on that list and we will take care of you. But it gives us time to do it one and done. We don't have to keep going through it over and over, week after week, month after month. We can just focus one time as we go through this transition. Now, for those that decide to stick around, we're going to do something for them as well. As we're going to this transition, we're going to give a bonus in Genesis coins to every ambassador that stays. Right now, I'm waiting for the numbers, but I'm looking to give a 25% bonus in Genesis coins. So for example, if you have 50,000 Genesis coins when it's all said and done, and you decide to stick through this transition with us, you'll get a 25% match or another 12,500 Genesis coins that will stay with you because you are willing to go through this patience, through this transition with us. So we want to reward you for sticking the course. For those of you that don't want to stay the course, we will offer you your refund, and we wish you success in whatever it is that you decide to do. And this is our way of rewarding because we simply believe that change is a constant in life. It's a constant. And it's something that we have to do. I like the fact that we've done this the way we've done this in the beginning with beta, because everyone who's been with us, who's been active in the webinars, especially in the webinars, but who've been active in the webinars and the conference calls, or listen to them, or at least listen to them in replay at their earliest convenience, had an opportunity to see the true heart, the true spirit, the true integrity of the GGN team. And we will continue to be this way and continue to act this way. And we, like I said, and we do understand that this model for the people who came in under the old model may not be as appealing to them, okay? But I'm going to give you some news, just some food for thought. Food for thought. In our industry as it is governed today, okay, passive does not work. I just want you to make sure that you understand that before you make a decision with anything else, okay? You have to do something. You have to perform. And what we decided as a team, your leaders, legal, and corporate, we decided to put together tasks that we believe the average person can do. The average person can sit down and view some ads, can sit down and post an ad, can sit down and talk to a friend on the phone, show them our mall and sign them up for free, can sit down on the phone and show a friend their auction, and help them join for free to check it out. See, I'm excited because I want you to earn money for years. Now, is profit sharing legitimate? 100% legitimate. Just so it's absolutely clear, profit sharing is 100% legitimate. What you do to share the profits makes all the difference. That's why so many companies, when they offer profit sharing, they have so many requirements in place that only the top leaders share in the company and the average person does not. What we've decided was we wanted to find a way to make it that everybody can share in the rewards. Where do you think this is coming from? The revenue is coming from the sales of the products. The revenue is coming from the auctions. The revenue is coming from everything we do. So revenue has to be generated. Sales have to be made. And I don't think if you have the mindset that I come and do nothing and I don't make any sales, but I want you to pay me, is the wrong mindset. It's like I've said in the beginning. If you want to share in the revenue, then you must share in the responsibility in producing revenue for the company. You can't go to any traditional home-based business or network marketing company and get paid for doing nothing. Most companies require you to sell or recruit to get paid. We are here to empower people, not enable them. We want to give people a chance to be able to have something that they can do, that doesn't require them to have a sales degree. It doesn't require them to have leadership skills. It is just simply a simple process. You can be a prosumer and buy from yourself. And when you buy from yourself, you get a testimony, and then you turn around and show. And you know what your leaders said to me, which I absolutely appreciated? Unanimously, we all agreed, if we cater this opportunity to the average person, then our income, our profits will grow beyond our wildest dreams. I'm just telling you the truth. Because if you could help enough people get what they want, if you can help an average single mom take home an extra $250 a month for doing some simple tasks like that, that single mom knows another single mom. That single mom knows a single dad. That single dad knows a person who has more month than money, and they're trying to get home some extra pay. That person knows another person. And all of a sudden, it starts to virally grow because they start sharing with others how they too can participate in a home-based business and do it. How about a church that wants to raise some funds? How about the church members joining and helping the church make some funds to preach the gospel, or that nonprofit for that cause? I want you to think about that. That church that has 100 members in the church, and the church is participating, the members are participating, the members are making money, the church is making money, the church is getting overrides, everybody's happy. Now you've got stuff that's empowering the people of the church and the church at the same time, empowering the nonprofit and the people at the same time. Because guess what? The people in the nonprofit for this particular cause also still have to buy their groceries, also still have to pay their bills. Why not get it through the mall? Why not get some cash back on that? We have just touched the surface. And you will see some amazing things take place. Now, I have more slides, but for the sake of time, I don't want to go into that because we're already 19 minutes past the top of the hour. So, if you want that, you can send us an email. It'll be available by 2 o'clock today, okay? You send us that, and we will take care of it for you on that. Now, let me just do this real quickly. 2 seconds, everybody. For those that want to stay, no problem. I have no problem continuing. Let me just touch on a couple things for you. Our auction. We're very excited about our Play to Save auction. We are just a couple days away from launching that. Our target day is Monday. So on Monday night, that is our goal, to start our auction on Monday. And you guys are going to have an opportunity to start bidding on them. So we're very excited about that. We just want to let you all know that. And you guys know that it's 50 cents on every bid. Okay, and GGN will be putting bids in your monthly package. Okay, so you guys are going to start seeing some bids starting in the month of October. Okay, starting in the month of October, you guys are going to get some bids in your monthly packages as well. Now, remember with our auction, you guys are going to have the opportunity to save up to 90% off brand new, brand name items. We're going to have some unique new auctions where nobody loses, okay? So the winning price will not exceed 50% of the retail price. So for example, if you had an iPad up there on the auction and the suggested retail price on the iPad was $500, the winning price will not exceed $250, okay? If you are not the winning bidder, you will still be able to redeem your spent bids on the actual item you are bidding on. And you'll be able to get up to 25% off the suggested retail price on every item with our save button. So for example, let's say you were bidding on the iPad, you spent $50 in bids trying to win it, and you didn't win. And we were able to give you 20% off the suggested retail price. That means 20% off of $500 would mean $400 is the selling price, right? You spent $50 already in bids, so we subtract the $50 from the $400, which now leaves $350. And if you pay $350, the item is yours. So you still get the iPad for $400, knowing that it still would have been $500. So you still save, which is why we're calling our auction Play to Save. You will always be able to use your bids towards the purchase of the item that you are actually bidding on. And that's pretty exciting because, in most auctions, you lose in these type of situations because it's only one winner and that's it. We wanted to make sure that there were winners all the way around. That nobody loses here. Everybody gets to save some money, and the more you play, the more you can save. And that's why we're called Play to Save. And you're going to be learning more about that. We're also going to be having a huge item that's going to be added up on our particular auction. And that's the Hyundai Genesis. A 2015 Hyundai Genesis is going to be offered on our auction. This is huge, guys. This is going to give you a great opportunity to be able to win that item. Now, and that's just one. We got some Rolex watches. We got some diamond jewelry. We got some electronics. We got some everyday items. We got some accessories. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of great stuff on our auction as we are putting all this stuff on there for you. Now, as far as claiming your prizes, okay, in the beginning of our auctions, we're going to be shipping to the USA only at this time. More countries will come, okay? Now, for the cash option, all right, you can receive 75% of the retail price in cash and 25% of the retail price in bids. So let me just throw this out there. So let's say, for example, let's say the item you won was a $1,000 item and you won that item. The winning price was, let's just say for conversation, $50, all right? The winning price was $50. Well, first thing you need to know is that the winning price is paid by the company. So in other words, the person who won the item or who is the final bidder does not pay the final price. We, Genesis, pay the final price for that winner. That's our way of saying congratulations, and you are the final winner. And I know a lot of people are going to love that. That's a great way for people to really have fun and participate, all right? In this example, that means you would get $750 in cash. That would be your cash reward for that particular item, and then you get another $250 in bids. So if you look at bids, because our bids are 50 cents a bid, well, that means that your $250 would have given you 500 more bids. That gives you more chances to go back and play and win more items, okay? So we're excited about that, and that's on all of our items. And so that gives everybody an opportunity, whether you are domestic or international, you will have the opportunity to get the cash or the item, all right? Now, we also want to let you all know that we are continuing our August extravaganza through September 15th. You will receive 50 Genesis coins for every $10 you purchased in products or services, okay? And the sponsor is going to receive a 50% match. So, for example, you purchased $100 from Dr. Teresa, you're going to get 500 Genesis coins for that, and your sponsor is going to get a 50% match or 250 Genesis coins. This is exactly what we're talking about, and we're excited about that. That's our August extravaganza promotion, so we want you all to do that. And that includes product units. So the product units that you guys have purchased, that includes that. Now, the BUs, that ends tonight because we're going through the transition. We're going to start this conversion. So the rewards pool, everything stops on that part, the BU, so our programmers can start writing the new code and putting this whole new stuff over so we can continue this transition, all right? But all the BUs that you have purchased, so for example, if you purchase BUs, okay, at least $100 in the month of August, okay, you will also get the 5 times match in Genesis coins. So if you bought 1,000 BUs in August, you will get 5,000 Genesis coins this month for what you did, all right? So we wanted to make sure that everybody knows that, okay? So nobody misses out. We wanted to do that. Your leadership suggested that. We agreed. And so we're going to honor that. So if you bought BUs in the month of August, you will get 5 times the Genesis coins this particular month. All right, and that is there. Just some quick stuff. We're going to have some company presentations next week. We still have our normally scheduled program on Mondays and Wednesdays for our health webinars and our wireless webinars at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But on 9 o'clock, okay, we're going to be doing the updates on the transitions, okay, the transitions that we're talking about. So Monday night, we'll be taking one topic, diving in deep on that. Tuesday, we'll be connecting with the leadership, getting back feedback from the field. Wednesday, we do the same thing again, more on the transition, another topic. Thursday, getting feedback from the field. Saturday, we do another topic, and we just keep doing that as we continue our transition. And last but not least, our Houston event. We have our Houston event coming up in a couple weeks. We're going to be in Houston, Texas at our inaugural meet and greet event. It's going to be our very first event in Houston, Texas. We're looking forward for all of you to be able to participate with us. We're limiting it up to 200 people in live attendance. We're going to have some great giveaways. You're going to have a chance to meet some of our live staff. You're going to get a chance to meet myself, your master distributor, JP Smith. The lovely Dr. Teresa is going to be there in attendance. It is only $20. You can register in the back office for that. We're going to be at the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel, okay? And that's right over there by the Houston Hobby Airport. It's about 5 minutes away. If you did want to stay at that particular hotel, it's $89. $89 is the rate per night. That is our Genesis rate. Just mention Genesis and they will get that. And it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Time. So 11 a.m. Central Time. 11 a.m. Central Time to 3 p.m. It's a 4-hour event. And we will have food and refreshments that will be served until 8 a.m. I'm sorry, 11 a.m., excuse me, starting at 11 a.m. And we will also have free on-demand shuttle service to and from the airport. It's a 5-minute ride, okay? So in case you're coming in from the airport, you can get the free shuttle right over to the hotel. Last but not least, we have our final slide, and that slide is Genesis. And our goal is to bring light to your life. I am, let me go back to this, sorry. Someone wants to see the requirements, the daily tasks. Let me just put that there. Okay, it's right there. JP, I'm going to let you take over for 2 seconds. Let me just grab something so I can get my notes, and I'll come right back and we'll close it out.
Thank you, Donald. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the work that you put into this to get us to this point. And I know that as people begin to look at things that are changing, the first thing they do is resist change. That's normal. But I think if everybody will pay attention to what's being talked about and will go back over, and this will be posted over on the Facebook site, so you can go back and listen to the recording again. You can see the slides again. And once you get all the information, folks, that's when you make a decision about what you want to do. But I can tell you this, and somebody said it over here, most people spend more time looking at stuff on Facebook and Twitter and other things like that than they do most anything else. That has become a favorite pastime of most people in the world. And that's why they have over 1 billion people on Facebook. And Facebook pays you not one thin dime. As a matter of fact, they make all the money and they don't send you any of it. And then they use that money, they use your information to make themselves some more money. So anyway, here are the daily tasks again. You view 50 ads a day. Folks, that's at 12 seconds, that's about 6 minutes. You place 1 free ad per day for our auction site. That takes a minute or 2. We're going to supply you the information so that you can do that. You post 1 free ad per day on the Genesis Mall, the GM. You will enroll 1 free PIF or pay it forward URLs. These are our small businesses out there, people that need your help. That is not a big deal. You enroll 1 free customer each month in the Genesis Mall. Folks, and that can be your grandma, that can be your kids, that can be your sister, anybody, folks, that you just get them enrolled. That's not going to be a big deal. The one thing that we left out of here, and I apologize for that, is that you enroll 1 free customer in the auction also. Those can be the same people. Then you use your free bids that you're given, and they're not free. We show that just to make it easier to say. There's the ones that you get in your kit at no additional, in your package each month, no additional cost to you, even though the cost is 50 cents each for us. Then you sell or purchase your point value or your requirement each month. If you're a Pearl, you buy or sell 10 PV. Ruby, you sell 20. You buy or sell 20. Sapphire, you buy or sell 50. And Emerald is 100 PV. Now, folks, those things are so easy to come by when you start putting a pencil to what you can receive Genesis coins on, and how easily it is for you to get that PV. I can promise you that's going to happen for everybody who wants it to happen. Viewing 50 ads a day rather than 12 or 10 or whatever you've been doing. I know a lot of people who right now view 100 ads a day and they get nothing extra for it. They just do it because they want to. They like looking at those ads. And understand too that we're not going to have any more of the business opportunity ads stuck on there to confuse your people. These are all going to be small business URLs that we put on there. You post 1 free ad a day in that auction site. You post 1 free ad a day in the Genesis Mall. Then you get 1 free pay it forward small business customer per month. Folks, that's per month, not per day. You enroll 1 free customer in our Genesis Mall per month. That can, again, be the same ones. Use your free bids in the auctions to play around with. It doesn't cost you anything to do that. Go in there and check that out. And then when you sell or purchase your PV requirement, folks, you're qualified for everything. And those people who think that they can't do that, TLA, no, not necessarily. You see, you can buy or sell your PV requirement. If you have a customer that wants to buy a cell phone, for example, that's $40, that's 40 PV. If you had 3 customers that you could sell the cell phone to, 3 of your family members, that's 60 PV a month. So if you were a Sapphire, you only need 50. If you're an Emerald, you need 100. So you sell 3 customers, that's $60, 60 PV. You only need 40 more PV. If you're a cell phone customer yourself, that's covered. So that's, folks, that is not hard to do. Brian, you're absolutely wrong. That is not hard to do. These are easy to do requirements, and all the leadership in the company got together. Your leaders, folks, the people who are building the organizations, and you talk to them, to Steve Hoskins, you talk to Gord Ferrens, you talk to Fira Smart, you talk to Catherine Parker, any of the leaders that are on that leadership call, and folks, they will help you so that you can understand how simple this is, because they all agreed that it was easy enough, and certainly they have been where you are. So folks, I can promise you that we're going to have a lot of people out there who earn a lot of money from this program because we have simplified it. But the main thing to understand, well, I appreciate the fact that you've been here a long time, folks. I've been doing this business for 40 years. And I know what I've had to do in the past to make money, and this is a piece of pie compared to that. But, you know, again, we're giving you what we can do to make it legal, to make it compliant, to make it long lasting. And Donald will go back over any of that, Cindy, make it long lasting so that we'll have a home for years to come. The old days are over. You back, Donald? Okay, let me give it back. Yes, sir. Go back. Go right ahead, sir. Take it back. I'm going to give it back to you. All right, here we go.
Okay. It's 38 minutes past the top of the hour. We have the next couple of weeks to dive in to all of this stuff. Now, let me just address a couple of quick things, just for clarification. Okay. Number one, you don't do some of the tasks at your job and expect the same pay. You do all the tasks that are required and you get your pay. That is number one. It's not a mix and match type of thing. Okay, it's you have to look at what we're asking you to do. Doing the 50 ads drives traffic to the small business sites, which we then can turn around and show that we have traffic going to their sites, which we can ultimately have become our customers, whether it be through premium advertising, whether it be through getting their products and services into the world marketplace, or whether it will be through our auctions. Okay, so getting traffic is key. Now, the next thing is posting a free ad per day for the auction site helps to drive traffic to our auction site, which can ultimately create more eyeballs, which creates more customers. It's what it is. It's like advertising on TV. Everybody sees an ad on TV, but not everybody responds, but some people actually do. So the more advertisements we get out there, the more potential customers we can now attract to that. Okay? Now, that's the next part. Next one. You post one free ad per day for the Genesis Mall. Same concept, right? And remember, we're going to provide the ad, and we're going to give you suggested places that you can use to post these ads for free. A lot of these are very, very simple. Okay? Very simple. And you'll be able to see that. You'll have training videos. It's really, really a simple task. Anybody who's posted an ad before, it's kind of almost as simple as posting on your wall. It's almost as simple. In some cases, as simple as that. In some cases, 1 or 2 extra steps. And they give you instructions right there on how to do that. Okay? Next, use your free bids in the auction. Now, we call them free bids like JP said. Okay? We call them free for conversation's sake. But the reality is they're paid for. They're inside your ambassador package. They each have a value at 50 cents per bid. So when we give you bids in the auction, what good is the bid if you're not using it? So we made it a requirement for you to at least use the ones that are in there, so they're not just sitting there. You want to be able to use it, okay? All right. Now, the next thing is the PV requirement. Why do we put that in there? Because the ultimate responsibility of every company is to have a certain amount of customers as well as affiliates. So here, you could be your own customer. For example, you may want to use Dr. Teresa's products if we could ship it to you. You may want to buy bids to play at the auction. That's completely international. That could work for you. You may want to use Commingle. That's completely international. You may want to do that for you. You may want to participate in the Lend a Hand program. That's virtual and international. It's completely up to you. Okay? And what I don't want is I don't want our ambassadors to compete against one another about their opinions. I mean, I'm watching, some of the comments being made on the sideline, and here's my thought process. Respect one another. Everybody has a valuable opinion. Everybody has a right to feel how they want to feel. But what I believe is that you should listen to a voice of reason. Don't go based on your emotion. Go based on reason. And this is one of the reasons why I said we will go over this piece by piece, because it's, for most people, they're not going to be able to digest this right away. Most people are not. It's going to take a second hearing, a third hearing, a fourth hearing, a fifth hearing, etc. Okay? So it's okay. And so we want to give you all the opportunity to hear this again and again and again and again, starting today. And today is the 6th. And so it gives you a chance to go through the process with us and say, okay, now I understand this part. Now I understand how the conversion works. Now I understand how this is. Wow. Okay, I'm not getting a daily percentage anymore, but I'm still getting coins daily. I'm not getting, for example, a specific amount of PUs per day, but now I have PUs. So I have something to replace everything. And that's what we did. We sat down, we looked at everything to be able to figure out how can we still give you daily rewards without the percentage. Here, you're able to get daily coins for your performance, not based on your balance, based on your performance. And that makes it way more compliant. So you still have an opportunity to grow your coins daily, grow your coin balance by your performance. So you, from a legal perspective, you have to be able to influence your commissions up or down based on your performance. Not based on the company's performance, based on your performance. And that's what we are trying to do. So what did we do? We made a performance monitor of things that you could do. Could the average person be taught very simply how to post an ad? You bet. Could the average person sit down in front of a computer and watch some ads? You bet. Okay? Now, if you have any specific account-related questions, you can send them to our support team or to the appropriate email in your back office, and we will get them addressed for you. But what we are simply doing at this point is showing you where we are taking you to. And if you give us an opportunity, I will show you the difference between what it was like in the past and what it's like now and for our future. This gives you a chance to see it side by side Over here, you were getting this, plus over here, you were getting this. Over here, it was like this. Now it's like this. So over here, you might see a decrease here. Over here, you see an increase there. Over here, you see, we're not doing a daily percentage anymore. So what do? We gave you a raise in commissions. We do a balance of give and take. Give and take. If you take something from someone, find a way to do something better. Okay, we can't use this anymore. Let's do this. We can't do that anymore. Fine. Let's do this. And that's what we're doing. That's all I want you to understand today before we get off this webinar. Give it a chance to sink in. Review some of your notes. And then go through the process with us. We'll start next week with the conversion and the daily task. Those will be our two topics next week. And we're going to dive in and show you the significance of both. Show you how it's legal, moral, and compliant, and show you how it's fair for the customer, fair for the ambassador, and profitable for the company, all at the same time. And like I said with you, by 2 o'clock in the next few minutes, I'm going to contact our support team, and we'll create that email. For those that don't want to go through the transition, that's okay. I get it. I know we're not going to be able to please everybody. I get it. Sometimes I like to try to help people. Sometimes I try to overplease. I can't do that here. Here we have to look at how can we be fair across the board, and how can we do this that can absolutely help grow a person's business. How can we help you grow your income? And I look forward to diving into each of those topics with you starting on Monday, so you can start to see for yourself this transition. And I believe for those of you that take the time out to listen and dissect each component with us, you will start to see, wow, okay, I don't have this, but now I got that. I can still make money here. I still have a way to do that. And I personally think you should wait to hear all the details, not just the overview. Hear it all, and then make a decision. But today, we just wanted to let you know. Now, I want to, last but not least, during this BU conversion into PUs, okay? During this BU into PU conversion, not going anywhere. We're going to make sure it's done right. So we're going to be doing this and programming over the next couple of days. The only thing that stops is the daily reward, okay? Now, we understand that this is going to take us probably the next 2 weeks or so to complete. So while we're doing that, that's another reason why we're giving you these bonus in coins, because we want to reward you for that. But we still have ways for you to create an income. We're going to have a special PU promotion that we're going to talk about on Monday night. Can't wait to share that with you guys. And we're also going to have a special promotion for our penny auction with the bids. So make sure that you guys are going to have a great time and still can generate income for yourselves during this transition while we are doing the programming on our end. So that's why we're rewarding you with more coins. That's why we're giving you these bonus coins or these higher promotions and coins, because you're going through this with us during the transition. That's your reward. Patience is also a reward. Why should you be rewarded for being patient? Okay? Will all the tasks be ready right away? No. We're going to do it piece by piece. The ads is something you can start doing right away once we get going, and then we'll have the next component ready and the next component ready. So that's why we're moving into pre-launch. So as we're coming out of beta and going into pre-launch, we'll have all these things ready for you. Okay? So I just hope that That is what we can do. All right? So with that being said, I want to say thank you all for being on our webinar today. I hope you all enjoyed what you've heard so far. For those of you that did enjoy it, for those of you that stayed the entire duration, several hundred of you, I personally want to say thank you. I appreciate, I know it's not an easy thing to keep people's attention for so long, but I do appreciate the fact that you did take time out to at least come and listen, okay? Monday night, we're going to dive more into your daily tasks, and we're going to dive more into the BU conversion. Those two things are kind of like the meat of everything, and I think that it's going to definitely make the most sense on Monday because we'll have time to do that. I appreciate the early birthday wishes. Thank you. Okay? So we will do that. We'll go through that together on Monday, and we'll dive into these topics together. All right? So I look forward to that. Thank you all very much. And JP, we can go ahead and stop the recording. We'll dive into everything else next week.